So how do you know the Holy Spirit is living in you? There are 5 things, and I know, this means 45 won't know. Most of these are self-explanatory. 5 things, 5 ways you know the Holy Spirit is living in you. Number 1, He's speaking. He's speaking to you. Now, that may be another sermon for another time. How do you know it's Him? How do you know it's me? How do you know it's Taco Bell late at night versus... How do you know? How do you know it's spicy? Is it the spicy lasagna, or what is it? What is it? What's going? Very easily to leave it at that. Maybe deeper later. If it glorifies God, if it glorifies Jesus, if it builds you up, if it builds up the church, it's Him. It's Him. Now, sometimes to build, something needs to be torn down. And so if you can look and see through wisdom of the mind of Christ that this is leading you closer, it's the Holy Spirit. It's Him. Start walking. And as you walk, pray it out. Lord, if this is not you, show me. I just know and trust in the God that absolutely can do that. All right? How do you know the Holy Spirit? He's speaking to you. In fact, some of you are learning to trust that more and more and more. Grow in that. Don't be afraid. Have courage. Grow in that. Number 2, you will have conviction of sin. If you've gone 5 years, 10 years, and you've not been convicted by any sin, you may want to take a step back and ask the Holy Spirit, have I grieved you? Have I grieved you? Because the Holy Spirit is always convicting us. That doesn't mean He's browbeating you. It doesn't mean He's like, you worthless piece of junk. That's not what that means. What that means is that's a snake that's going to bite. Leave it alone. What that means is that's cheese in the trap. Don't eat it. You don't eat the cheese, you don't get caught in the trap. Okay? Leave it alone. How many of you have been convicted by sin maybe in the last few days, weeks, months? That's the Holy Spirit. That's the Holy Spirit. Even if He has to catch your tongue. Roll it and put it back up in your mouth. Right? Simultaneously, He also gives you a hunger for holiness. There are certain things in my life that I used to be okay with. Now I look at it and I'm like, ooh, I don't need that anymore. I don't need that. It doesn't fill me up. I don't need that. You should have an ever-growing and increasing hunger to grow closer to God in holiness. Number 4, you're growing in your ability to bear spiritual fruit. You're growing in your ability to bear spiritual fruit. By this point, if you've served God for a while, you should be able to love with a holy love better than you did 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And I get it. Sometimes that's hard. But that's why it's not your love you're giving. It's His, by which you've already received. Freely you've been given, so freely you give it out. You growing in your ability to bear spiritual fruit. And number 5, you're able to operate in gifted spiritual abilities. You're able to operate in gifted spiritual abilities. You're able to not just hear what God is saying and doing, what we call the will of God in your life, but you're able to speak it and live that out as modern-day prophets of the Holy God. This is why the promise of Joel chapter 2 was spoken in Acts chapter 2, that this is it, guys. That as the Spirit is poured out, I'm giving them the ability to speak as my sons and my daughters, as friends of God, which is no coincidence that Jesus just said to his disciples, no longer do I call you servants because they don't know what they're doing. Now I call you friends because they understand what the Master is doing. Those operations and those activities are always present in us as believers. Learn to listen to them. Learn to put aside sin. I have people all the time, they'll come and ask me, Pastor, can you do this and still go to heaven? I'm like, well, first of all, if you got to ask, you're wanting permission. Happens all the time. Pastor, can I still live this way and still make it? Listen, why are you asking? If you're asking so that I like sprinkle holy water on you and bless you and say you're fine, that's between you and God. That's between you and God. It's between you and the Holy Spirit. And the answer is probably found in here somewhere. Right? Let the Holy Spirit direct you. Let Him move in you. And as Paul says, don't be drunk with wine, but instead be filled with the Spirit.